Now that we have our master page created, we're going to do one other thing just to make it a little bit easier when we start adding our secondary pages. If you notice this content placeholder right here, the opening and closing tags, it has an ID of content placeholder 1. Well, if you have a lot of different content placeholders on your master page, it kind of gets a little confusing on which content placeholder you're actually adding your content to. So what we want to do is, just like the one up here where it says ID head, we want to give this one a unique ID, so we're just going to type in main content. So once we add the main content one, then we can actually drop down here, and what we'll do is we'll just copy this code right here with the div tags, paste it, and we'll create this one and just call it footer. Okay, so now we have a head, we have the main content, and we have the footer section. And this will make it a little bit easier once we actually start adding our secondary pages. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. So now that we have our main master page pretty much ready to use, what we're going to do is we're going to create our default home page. And the default home page is named just that, default.aspx. And how you add that page is you right click on your project, which is our wedding project, go to add new item. This page is, or this form is going to show up. What you want to do, you always want to make sure that you have web selected on the left hand side. And what we're going to use is web form using master page. So to make sure that you single click on that, and then down at the bottom we're just going to call it default. And when we click add, it actually pops this window up and asks us which master page we want to use. Well, there's none over here, so what we need to do is, since we created our masters folder and that's where our master pages are going to exist, we click on masters and now we see main.master. So we click on that, hit OK, and now you can see over here that it actually added the default.aspx page, which is our home page. This section in here, right in the middle, is all of the code that actually makes up our default home page. The top line is the page title, the language, the master page file, which is masters/main master. The rest of it is we'll save for another video, but those are very important to make sure that this page actually works and it knows where all the other files are that it needs in order to function correctly. The main sections that we are going to look at are the three content sections. Now, you'll notice that the content sections are also the same as the content placeholders that we have on our master page. So on master pages they're called content placeholders. On our secondary pages they're called just content sections. And you'll see that the content placeholder ID is head, main content, and footer. The same exact thing that we named them in our master page: head, main content, and footer. So anything we place inside this content section is going to go into the head portion of our HTML. Anything that we put in the main content section is going to go into the corresponding section, and anything we put in this section is going to go into the footer section of our main master page. So to show this, let's go into our main content and just type in "this is my homepage." Now, to see this in action, we actually need to add a second page. So what we're going to do is the same way that we added the default page. We're going to right click on project, add new item, make sure we have web form using master page, and down here we're going to say page 2 and click add. Again, we're going to select our masters folder, our main master page, and hit OK, and it goes through and adds the three content sections from our master page. So in the main content section, this is my second page. Okay. Now, to see how it combines all of this stuff together, we need to do one more thing. Go up to the main master page, and right above the main content placeholder, okay, right up here, right above that, we're going to drop down one line and type "this is my master page." Okay. For layout purposes, I'm actually going to add 2 line breaks. Okay, and the line break, the tag for line break is BR. So you just type in 2 BRs just like that. So you have put the little the tag symbol, BR, open tag, BR, close tag. Okay. So what this does, it's actually going to drop down 2 lines on our page. Now, when we run this, what we're going to see is we're going to see 2 lines of text. One is going to say, "This is my master page." The other one is going to say, "This is my home page." And the reason it says this is my home page is because we're actually looking at our default home page. If we wanted to look at our secondary page, or our second page, we would go up to the address bar and type in page2.aspx, and we now see this is my master page, this is my second page. If we click the back and forward buttons, go back, home page, this is my second page, back and forth. Okay, so what it did essentially was it combined the text that we put onto the master page with the text that we put on the individual page that we're currently looking at. So you can kind of see how Masterpages are very powerful, because you can have your menu structure, your overall layout, and everything built onto the master page, and all of your individual content on the secondary pages. So if we wanted to change the entire menu structure, as long as it's in the master page, we can do that, and then it is automatically reflected across all of the pages of the entire website. So let's start styling things, make things look a little prettier. The first thing we want to do is we want to add a div tag, and what div tags are, it's basically breaking up the page into different sections, okay, different dividers. So what we'll do is we'll go up to this div tag and drop down a line, and we'll type div ID equals, and in quotes we'll do we'll just say main title. Okay, close your tag. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to drop this closing tag right down on the other side of the BR. Okay, so now we have another div tag called main title, and inside there we have "This is my master page" and our 2 line breaks, and then our closing div tag. In our default.css file, our style sheet that we added earlier, what we want to do is we want to remember this main title ID, because it's going to be very important for us to style this particular div section. So we'll do main title, and we'll just copy that. We'll go into our default.css file, and we'll drop down another line. We'll type a £, and then paste in our main title. And then drop down a line. We'll put 2 squigglies, an open squiggly bracket and a closed squiggly bracket, and those are done by holding the shift key and typing the 2 brackets that you see right above your enter key on your keyboard. Once we do that and we put a space in between it, we are presented with all these different properties that we can change, and the one that we're going to focus on right now is just color. So just start typing COLOR and then put a colon, and then we'll go down here and we'll select one of the colors. We'll just say green. Always, always, always enter a semicolon at the end of each line. It's very important. Not only in CSS, but also in C#, C, C++, any of the C style languages, you always have to put in a semicolon at the end of the line. It's called a line terminator. So just get in the habit of using the semicolons. So we have color green. So we're going to save this. Now, in order to attach this CSS style sheet to our main master page, we need to go back into our master page, and all CSS style sheets need to go inside your head tag up here at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the title line and drop down, and I'm going to drag and drop the default.css right underneath there, and it's automatically going to write the code for me that actually inserts the CSS in there. Now when we run it, we see that our text is green, and that's our first step into actually styling our web page.